You know, if you can drop 7 tapes with this title without getting canceled, it probably means the music is good. Let's get to it.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Look like the more jealous glued together. Cocaine.
Maybe I'm broke because I don't know what that means.
Shot his mama house up with 2 Berettas. First nigga in my city with
I like how the drums slightly come in.
2 bad bitches at the Lowe's.
They in and out quick. The drums is dope.
My nigga 17, he killing like a pro.
Yeah, because he got that young nigga energy.
Slow down. Y'all think we made all this money and not spend it?
Y'all think y'all gonna yap about nothing and I'ma listen? Yeah, bro, I listened to enough Griselda albums to know I'm not about to listen to these dudes talk about nothing for another minute and a half. Fire beat though. That's a sick vocal sample, and I already talked about how I like the drums coming in just slightly, giving you a tease of the drums. Westside Gunn rapping wasn't nothing, but it was a tone setter with just the content he was rapping about. This is Broadway Joes. It's a gorgeous piano sample. I like how muddy it is too. This how you do the lo-fi aesthetic really well.
Next, you know me on a first name basis. I'm looking tasteless. Chanel off the wrong way. You on the waiting list, patience. Hand in hand and on the avenue, the almighty. I had my little niggas clapping. Had me shackled all the way to CC Youngstown. Fast forward.
Talk that prison talk.
Bust down your shit, boy. I'm going
That's
on the
fire. He had the Audemars P, the Audemars Go bust down, but the only reason that bar was cold was because he had the Sean Price ad lib right there, the P. R.I.P. to Sean Price.
All in his face, all over his face. All I gotta do is say the word.
Hey, I'm gonna put it like this, dog. If your shooter is on uppers, innocent bystander should be shaking, dog. Hey, these young dudes got the switches on the guns, and your shooter already gonna be fidgety because he on the coat. For the sake of the community, dog, just stick to weed. It is a 5 chords, though.
All I gotta do is say the word.
So Westside Gunn singing reminds me a lot of Pharrell singing, where he doesn't have good vocals at all. Pharrell doesn't have the best vocals either, but it's really the passion and intentionality in his delivery that makes it dope. And Gunn particularly, he really playing into the fact that he can't sing. I like it a lot.
Peace store my life is your courtrooms like Tyson. Fighting trying to get his time back. I hope they righteous. Niggas kiss the ring daily. My throne a tampered. 4 on the baby. I stashed the Mac by the Pampers. You know I'm brazy.
4 on the baby, I stashed a Mac by the Panthers is really a slick line. 4 is a 44, a baby is a small 9mm, and then I stashed a Mac by the Panthers, which play into the baby line before.
Born mates with the head chop, the rest to follow. Big die from a leg shot, you know the routine. Sue B's with the
R.I.P. Sean Taylor.
Versace clothes with me, Sam Rossneys, the Pyrex keep calling me.
Floating right now.
He breaks out in Neverland. Fairway, High Point Jam, I flip the caravan. Better learn.
Hey, one thing a High Point gonna do, if it don't kill nobody, it's for sure gonna jam.
Nothing you can say can tear me away from Fly God, Fly God. Hey yo, this is Westside Pootie, and y'all still broke.
Easy to say when you ain't got bills to pay. That beat is gorgeous, dog. You have a really lo-fi beat. The keys are really muddy, but you can tell once they isolated that sample at the end of the song in the outro that it's really a gorgeous piano sample with the main chord progression, and then it's arpeggiating in the background. The drums are really muddied and distant too, and all that combined just gives a really dope aesthetic. I'm feeling Westside Gunn's rapping. These weren't the 2 most technically sound verses by any stretch of the imagination. He was mostly playing with a 2-syllable rhyme scheme, but his flows were dope. The content was fire. I really like the brags on both the first and the second verse. He did pick up the technical rapping just a tad bit on that second verse, and also I think his street talk was just a little bit more vivid on that second verse. Overall, the rapping was pretty good. It wasn't great, but the song was fire to me. This is Size 42.
Let's get this very clear. I kill a nigga anywhere. 100-shot Dracos, leaving shells everywhere. Might cop the Phantom next. Standing over co-pops, I'm ambidextrous. You fucking with me, I can't recollect. SKS is with the best.
This is a 1-syllable rhyme scheme right here, which I'm gonna have to get on him for that. But he is talking that talk with the drug talk. Hey, this beat is fire too. I think this would be a pretty basic piano sample if it wasn't for how it's getting chopped up. It's getting looped like a half beat later than when you think it would be getting looped, which gives it this uneasy, off-kilter feeling. These aren't grimy beats per se, but they still feel dirty.
Sell 1,000 hoes, then we back the rest. We trap the best. Mac and take big one. Come fuck
that was a
with the bitch.
3-syllable.
Baby daddy ain't richer. No winner. Piss in your cup. Put glass in your dinner. Keep the ski mask with me, fuck around, hit the big one. Balenciaga's got me 6 feet.
That's a Stanford and Son reference. Matter of fact, if you caught that reference, if you know what that reference is about, you are way past Unk status. When I start this Patreon, go ahead and make sure you get your senior citizen discount.
Balenciaga's got me 6 feet. But my ID say I'm only 5'10".
That's cap.
Might sell 100 bricks this week. Next year I'ma go.
I believe 100 bricks this week more than the 510 line.
Took the Razor to a swarm fighter, then became the law. Got the Lamborghini 2-door and the 4-door.
You talking grimy.
Mix and match Dior. Givenchy's with the sharks, little nigga, I'm Jaws. That's cracking the jaw. 4-4 winners.
Hey, boy, them Givenchy shirts with the animals on it. Boy, them shirts had a stranglehold on the trap stars.
Titties on the stick. Fuck around, get your brains gone.
Hey, that's a pretty good song. The beat did a lot of heavy lifting on it. I like that piano sample. I like the way it was looped. And it also had this bass line that came in every like 4 or 5 bars. The boom bap drum sounded good. Westside Gunn's rapping was passable. The appeal of it is it's super grimy and super vivid. The technical rapping, it wasn't there. I don't think Broadway Joes has the craziest technical rapping in the world. And this was a step down from that. It was points where he would get into the one syllables like Dr. Seuss level rapping. So it wasn't the cleanest rapping in the world, but the charisma was still there, the ad-libs was still there, the griminess was still there. I rock with this song. I do got some complaints though. This is Connie's son. His production has been amazing. Hey, this is an interesting route for him to go though. These first, we'll call it like 3 songs, maybe 3.5 songs, haven't had a feature yet. His last albums before this, I think his last 3-ish albums had like Benny. I think 2 of them had Benny starting the album, Supreme Blind Tale and Hitler 6. I think those are 2 of the last 3 albums. It looks like he really want his rapping to be at the forefront on this album. For better or for worse. It ain't the worst thing in the world, but Benny probably could have opened up the album a little bit better. But he's doing a good job of setting the tone with the content, the griminess, all the stuff I've been talking about.
Burberry alive. Why your bitch staring at my neck like that? Now she blind.
Charisma with the delivery right there.
Splash water on him, you'll be fine. Hey yo, at 12, Mac 13, you niggas know the vibe. Snake porter size, through the hells up, too much roast.
I really love when a rapper raps through vocal samples. It's really hard to get that mixing right for a producer / engineer. And Westside Gunn pulls it off a lot. Now, part of it is typically when he raps on a song that has a really prominent vocal sample, he'll leave a lot of space in between bars to let the beat kind of breathe a little bit. So it's hard to pull out, but he does it well.
At night into your sunglasses, the ratchet in the magnet.
There go the designer talk.
The main back caught the niggas lacking. Hand scales work swell, the soda doing magic.
He picking up the rapping right here. That's another pretty good song. I think for Westside Gunn, at the level of rapping that he's at, these 1-verse songs really play into his strengths. Traditionally, one of the downsides of the minimalistic style that Gunn raps in is the fact that whenever you use a drumless sample or even just a simple sample with a boom bap beat over it, it really draws a lot of attention to the actual lyricism and rapping. But Westside Gunn, especially at this point in his career, is not the most astute lyricist in the world. But when he just has 1 verse, he's able to flash his charisma, the content's able to do some heavy lifting, the details, the brags. That alone wouldn't be able to carry a song for 3 verses. But when it's just a minute and a half in and out, it don't overstay its welcome. I think that was the case here. Fire production, the production carrying Gunn like how Pat Mahomes getting carried by his defense in the refs right now. It's a dope soulful vocal sample. Pretty good song. This is Banana Yacht with SDNAC. Now this is a gorgeous sample. Songs like this is, y'all know that meme where it got the Crip and the Blood tying they flags together? Beats like this is when me and string production tying the flags together, dog. I know I'm a string hater, but when you find gorgeous string samples, real orchestrated samples like this, it normally go off well. It's them Fruity Loop sounding strings that I hate.
We out the bag, I'm with the fly guard. Niggas said that they wanted that. Work up in the glad bag, fuck the credit, coming back. Rock the Boston hat to match the red on my lumberjack. Play the block heavy, daily counting fatty, running laps.
Hey, FCKNXTWK really be excelling on these really slow beats because they give him a lot of space, a lot of syllables to use to really show off his unique flow. Now, I ain't vouching for this whole verse yet. I gotta hear it again, but typically he do well on these type of beats.
4 niggas rushing in, weapons some type. Talking about the shooters we get in the gunfight. Clint Eastwood, my eyes.
Rapping is really regular right now, though. I ain't gonna lie.
You can say whatever if the master spawn. Let you stay quoting my bars. We smoke stars. The architect from out the law. Give a thought of your throat massage.
Here we go with the one syllable rapping.
Coffee grinder, never ground coffee, that's the gift. Lucha bullet ain't for juicing either. Magic mixing this trap shit. Active and factless, smack him lip, flipping this nigga max.
I think that's the first line I really liked. We got the trap appliances.
Arabic mathematical practices, satin pillowcases, fragrance, sass, tripping half a brick.
This is my favorite flow right here.
Cash clicking the stacks captions.
This the knack that I know. He's snapping right here. It took him a very long time to warm up with. This is really his pocket.
Gave her the capsule that had a lid. That's the ticket. I got the shit wrapped in stitches. My nigga, I mastered it fast with it.
It's a back-to-back rapid fire 3-syllable.
Critics tell you to see your face.
And just the pocket that he's rapping in is so unique. It makes the rhyme scheme sound even better.
Niggas selling like the shit is style. Rose AP with the air, big down.
This song should probably be over by now.
Broad day, do you foul? My last 2 whips cost me 400 down.
Hey, 5 songs in, I think this project is cold, but a instrumental tape probably would be just as cold. The beats are doing a lot of work. This beat is gorgeous, dog. This beat is phenomenal. I mean, the production on this album, 5 songs in, is very close to a 10 out of 10. The rapping just is not special. And 5 songs in, bro, we ain't heard a bar like that. We ain't heard a real bar yet. Now, that said, I do like Westside Gunn's delivery. FCKNXTWK, the issue with him is he has a really unique flow, but he can go a very, very long time without saying anything worthwhile. I mean, his brags are pretty generic, especially if you take the fact that he has this unique flow. If you take that out of the equation, there ain't really no special bars right here. And on top of that, the flows on the first verse and the first half of the second verse, they really weren't special. It took him a very long time to heat up. Now, even then with the slow start, I think technically speaking, his rapping is still a smidge better than Gunn's rapping has been on the 3 tracks before, but he doesn't have the same level of charisma. He doesn't have the unique delivery. He doesn't have, well, he do got the ad-libs, but he ain't got the same, we'll call it intangibles that Gunn's had on the first 3 tracks. So I'm on the fence because I love the beat, don't care for the rapping. Still, I say that's a solid song, but they walking a thin line with that one. This is GONDEK. Dog, I love this beat.
Shoot the whole place in Jose. You fucking with me, no way. Free my nigga Jose. I need a holy, yeah. Break it all down.
Them 4 lines right there, that's probably the best rhyme scheme for Westside Gunn on this album so far. It's only a 2-syllable rhyme scheme, but he's using it twice within the same line.
Kick the door, river, my loops on. I'm highly measured, neck looking precious. We carry deserts. I'm very fresh at the Rock Nation brunch with my tool on. Don't disrespect this, always piss was spoken.
It's tough what he doing rhyme scheme wise. This ain't the craziest rapping in the world, but this is definitely the best rapping on the album so far. He had a 2-syllable lube song, Toulon rhyme scheme, and then he completely switched to a pressure desert rhyme scheme, and he started using that as the internal, and then he switched back to the Toulon rhyme scheme. So it's like an ABBA rhyme scheme. I rock with it.
I hate the talk, you had your brains falling out your head, nigga.
Hey, they're gonna sound like I need to make up my mind, bro. I just said how these 1-verse songs really playing the gun strengths well. Bro, I could have used at least 1 more verse of that song. I love that song. I think that would be up here as one of the best songs on this entire album if it wasn't so short. That beat is tough. I love out-of-the-box eclectic beats, especially in this neo-mafioso, East Coast influence, neo-boom bap. That's a lot of adjectives. But laying that Westside Gunn rap in, the beats are typically super simple with just 1 sample and some drums, but what keeps it fresh is how out-of-the-box the samples can get. This joint right here, I don't know what that instrument of. It sounded like sound effects from a cartoon, like if Looney Tunes did a drive-by type beat. I rock with that heavy, even though it's not the craziest rapping in the world. I think that's the best rapping of the album. Best song on the album so far, in my opinion. This is Kelly's Korner.
Got shot last night, say what?
These bright, airy keys with the horns sound amazing.
These niggas can't fuck with me. Niggas can't fuck with me.
This beat is amazing.
Catch your mash looking like Mike Piazza, Paul Smith fish. We rain down with the choppers. I law you up, bro. When I whip, the shit locked up. Niagara Cafe. Pass the needles with the pacha. You come home, you know who got ya. You know you hostile. Casablanca jumpers at the Oscars. 10-6 seats chocolate.
See, this is another example where it's not the craziest rapping in the world, but it's definitely enough given how fire this beat is. It's only a 2-syllable rhyme scheme, but he's taking it from the very start of the verse for the entire verse up to this point.
2 niggas got shot last night, say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? 2 niggas got shot last night, say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
Stole a Dawn's car, he put my hand in the meat grinder. Now when I see hamburger, it's just a reminder. I swear these niggas so frail. Stuck up supermarkets just to pay my niggas bail.
I hate Fat Joe.
Love to your bitch, wore it out all day. Got in the middle like the crunch in the Carvel K. Baseball after dark, had him pitch all night. Made meals in the...
I'm gonna show restraint and not make the jokes I could, but so far Fat Joe is rapping about hamburgers, supermarkets, meat grinders, cake. We all tracking, right?
Made meals in the X like Virgil, off-white, 20 niggas in the pit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like this verse. That was a bar. I've heard plenty Virgil off-white flips, but this one was slightly different than most of the ones that I hear. Because the typical Virgil off-white bar that you'll hear is the brick was off-white, like the little tannish colored brick. But he was saying he made money off of white, like from selling white, selling coke. I like that line.
I'm the last one.
He punched above his weight. I didn't even try with that punch.
2 niggas got shot last night, say what?
Yeah, I'm gonna say they put up 100 points with that song right there. Static had about 80 though. Gunn probably had 15. Fat Joe added a cool 5 with that off-white line. But dog, that beat is amazing. The really bright keys, the horns, all the drums that sounded good on this album. I like Westside Gunn's verse a good bit. I think GONDEK and Kelly's Korner verses were a really big step up. Well, not really big, but at least a moderate step up from the other songs early in the album. Now, Fat Joe, on the other hand, bro, for a dude to be big as him, he get carried a lot. God dang. Like, I'm gonna put it in perspective. I have not heard one verse that I like from Fat Joe, and he still is in 2 of the best songs of all time, 2 of the best hip hop songs of all time, with Twins and John Blaze. Like, you know, I guess it ain't what you know, is who you know, bruh. And I guess he got good friends. Sorry verse though, but good song though. Let's get into Whoopi. Psych, gotcha. Hey, about 10 dudes out there who legit had a heart attack right there. Just playing. This is Undertaker versus Goldberg. This beat really ain't got no business being this gorgeous.
Hey yo, I heard 100 shots, but where the shells at? Shell catchers on the stick, out the Hellcat.
That's wisdom.
Fuck so, but I fell back. Undertaker versus Goldberg. Pyrex, I want to thank you. Hey yo, the tech was blown away. These bass from the older days.
Hey, he said the bass from the older days. I know that was that good work. I done seen Soul Train before. I know that coat was hitting in the 80s. Boy, that CIA coat was different.
From Jazz Valley,
Undertaker! Bro, the wobble effect on this beat so cold.
Over the stones, rocking Hugo, free sly out the you know. The new king of New York, Lord, I got the Hugo.
Hey, What a rhyme scheme. He rhymed Hugo with Hugo.
Bitch,
I like that bar though, I ain't gonna cap.
gold if you ask me, gave hope if you ask me. Why so flashy? The Mac in the backseat.
like
Got
this
crack
too,
on the
so
rap sheet. That's
It ain't crazy, but it's cool.
if one of us get caught, nigga, never rap.
YSL don't know nothing about that. Lil Woody don't know nothing. Let me not talk about Lil Woody. That dude a shooter and he live in my city. Gunna don't know nothing about that.
Free the homies locked in correctional niggas in upstate prisons and those that's in federal. Disrespect the crew, we catch you, then we stretching you. Drop a bag and have it done by one of your niggas next to you. Hit was done so exceptional. Police thought
Easily the best rapper on the album so far.
Fingers in the mailbox we buried was left of you.
Gritty bars, those 3-syllable rhyme scheme. We needed this feature. It probably should have came a little bit early in the album.
Was fentanyl in the batch. No question, y'all, I'm a legend off of these raps. Disrespect the squad, I be letting off with this Mac. Boom, boom, boom. Hollow tips from my weapon all in his back. If we catching these curtains, we gon'
6-syllable rhyme scheme.
Any beef I had is finished, shit is yet to resurface. The
5-syllable right here,
in
he's
his head
spitting.
and neck didn't hurt him. Now we on Hitler 7 West, we definitely working.
Hey, I got real beef with the WWE for getting that song removed off Spotify. That song is it. First half of the song ain't nothing going on but charisma. Westside Gunn's delivery was fire on that song. I don't care what you say. I don't care how bad the vocals were. Them vocals good in the street. That ain't American Idol. That's the streets idol. But yeah, that first beat was gorgeous. It had that beautiful vocal sample, the keys. The Pirates I Want to Thank You line is gold. That said, the second part of the song is definitely the better part of the song. I like that beat just as much. Super eerie beat, that wobble effect gave it a real unsettling feeling. I like Westside Gunn's verse to an extent. It's definitely better than the first couple of verses on here, but it's still not the best rapping we heard from him. Conway definitely brought the lyricism that this album has been lacking to this point. Gritty street imagery, dope rhyme schemes, really dope song, best song on the album. I say up to this point, but spoiler alert, probably not the whole album. This is Whoopie. Hey,
Hey yo,
it might be the best sample on this album.
hey, looking like a sex pop mascot. Face kick the door and at the last spot. You rush to flush the head block. I love you, bitch.
Talk that Bunny and Clyde
Stand while you
bitch.
wailing, man. You suck my dick while I hold your hand.
That's
Here's
love.
a Hermes most same fashion week. We rockin' Wayne 100 drum.
Hey,
Some say
this is the best rapping he's had on this album so far. Whatever girl he rapping about, she sure done inspired him.
bricks, baby girl, pussy drip, baby girl. Your legs shaking when the 2 fingers playing.
Look at that beat right there when they turn to the other part of the sample. He really give me chills.
I'ma kill you if you give my pussy away. That's all I'm saying.
Hey dog, Westside Gunn and his R&B bag, except for that BS song Chloe. I ain't talking about that song, but most of his other songs, his R&B songs, rhythm and boom bap, if you will, be hitting, dog. I say this is up there with Undertaker versus Goldberg. It's just a lot shorter than that song. It's crazy with Gunn stepping outside of his comfort zone and getting to his toxic love bars is where he's had his best lyricism. I like the little Bunny and Clyde vibe the whole song had. Gorgeous beat. That song is it. This is Love You. This is HWH Radio, hear that.
Bitch, I love you, bitch, I love you. Bitch, I love you, love you.
Another fire sample.
Love you. Bitch, I love you, love you. Bitch, I love you, love you.
Hey, dog, put them lyrics in your wedding vows, bruh. Yeah, that song is it. Westside Gunn trying to get in his trap bag. He really dropping the ball. He really need to be getting his R&B bag. That song's like the definition of charisma. Fire beat with a dope sample. This is Kool G.
Hey, yo.
The darkest beat on the album so far.
Hey, yo, you know I lit this shit, built this shit brick by brick with it. Niggas flawless, regardless, backing up and cracking 10 image. Surely it can't stop, don't test that. My shooters itching pistols with extenders essential by traffickers where we bitch that.
Grimy
We on the
too.
corners with
Bro, that whole flow, the rhyme schemes in that opening, this song gives me the vibes of Hall from Fly God, which I think is some of his best rapping that he's had up to this point in his career. And this song, he gets into a similar pocket. fire.
We put up on them in 4 and 4 in the morning, show them niggas how we
Bro,
click
he is
like Cherry
floating.
made back, look how I sit back. I had to take it back.
I mean, he's still using mostly 2-syllable rhyme schemes, but it's really back to back to back.
Bust a 4 pound and that shit kick back.
He coulda kept going.
Bucket kiss hat, VS where my wrist at. Fendi.
I talk about this all the time when Hall and Nash on the same verse, but when Westside Gunn play off Conway's rhyme scheme or vice versa, it just shows so much chemistry and you can tell they out here writing together. I like it.
It's over the face, now where your bricks at? Bugatti truck, I need to get that. La Maki, not get the big set. Pour the block on the table, told that bitch to sniff that.
Still going with Gunn's rhyme
Made her
scheme.
bring my shit back, gave her 6 stacks for any mishaps. From New York to Dallas like Chris Stacks. Just off of impact, it feel like Rick Back. I told a big
Then Benny playing into the same rhyme scheme. That's fire.
I go and get it and got a lit back. Hawaiian bitch.
I like
We'll
that
fuck
line.
The team and fly your brick back. Designer wears, fly sporty gear. I buy in 5th sacks. This 40 air, pass your Cartiers and leave your lens crack.
I like how he's using this Cartier as an internal rhyme, but he still got the same click-clack 2-syllable rhyme scheme at the end of his bars. Benny can spit, dog. I don't know why he be playing around. Dude really got the talent.
Bought raw, gave niggas lessons without a chalkboard, then bought more. Hopped in my whip and plugged in an aux cord. Nigga, just wait for 10 to talk 4.
We waited a long time for 10 to talk 4. That song is so grimy, dog. I feel like that song in particular was the prequel to WWCD. It had the same energy as that album had, whereas for most of the other songs of this album, Westside Gunn's using brighter samples and brighter instrumentation. Darkest beat on the album by far, and I really think that plays into Conway and Benny's style the most. Westside Gunn, he can go on these brighter beats or these darker beats. He's versatile in that sense, but I definitely think the other two sound better on a beat like this. Team effort on this one. This was a group project where everybody pulled an equal share. It's hard to say who had the best verse, but Westside Gunn was up there. He really held his own. I think the way that he played with those 2-syllable rhyme schemes and he was weaving in and out of different ones, I think that went over really, really well. I'd say Benny probably had the second best verse, but all of them were neck and neck. So much grimy imagery, everything super vivid. The murder talk, the street talk, the coke talk. That song is fire. The album really picks up with Undertaker versus Goldberg until you get to this song. Let's keep it rolling with It's Possible.
This for my park niggas. Keep shit brackin', we at the park, nigga. Nella West, can't forget.
What a rhyme scheme. Part niggas. Who knew around with part niggas?
Ride or die, pro club rockers with corduroy slippers, lean sippers, talking, drinking on English malt liquor. Day one, some homies is in there still fighting hot.
Let me stop hating, man. He going in with this little 3-syllable rhyme scheme right here.
Shit get real, homie, mafioso. Couple keys in the trunk, got them off the boatload. On my way to Vegas with El and Ocho. Whoa.
I was choppy
I'm
with
from
the
where
flow.
anything is possible, nigga. Impatient, but I had to take it back to the basics. Fresh out the U for a couple months in that placement. Third case tether bun, placed me on an ankle bracelet.
I really don't like how Bodie's voice is mixed over this beat. Like I was saying earlier, it's really hard to mix a vocal layer over a vocal sample because it's just going to clash. But outside of that, Bodie really floating on this beat. He really getting into a unique pocket. His flow is moving a little bit faster than the pace of the beat, which makes the song feel a little bit dynamic. Let's keep it rolling.
Amens in the brig for that cane did what it did. The neighbors kept calling the hook.
was
Sending
a 5-syllable.
Ray-Bans to the spig was high
Ooh,
profile.
that's a 5-syllable
Stayed in
rhyme
my
scheme.
lane, made in my biz, wasn't nowhere to be found.
Bodie
When the
going
feds
crazy.
raided the crib, we was in the blitz you. Got hitman hired to hit you, bro got power with them bricks. I wish I was driving when they flicked you, would've fleeted from the scene. You know if I would've been with you, would've took one for the team, wouldn't have never let them frisk you.
Bro, I said the other rapping on here has been really, really vivid. Ain't nobody touching the level of vividness that Bodie be rapping. Like, I think he done saw every ounce he rapped about. Dude got experience.
Pay 18.5 for the whole thing. Then the feds brought down BMF. Shit ain't been the same. The Sheen gun got killed. Then I had to do a bit. Me and Sly mopping on the yard, fucking with the kid.
It's a 1-syllable rhyme scheme.
You ever shot somebody you love cause they violated? Pistol in your mouth like an hour later. Could've fucked your bitch, but I be downgrading.
Westside Gunn, come on, man. one syllable rapping, pistol in your mouth like an hour later, rhyming violated with violated. We all to a rough start. It sounded real shaky.
Smell Johnny Dane, 30K for the dinner. You in the Maybach, the only thing you should have ran him.
Yeah, Westside Gunn must have gave all he had on that Kool G verse, dog. Cause this verse right here wasn't it. Rapping was whack. That was his worst verse on the album, but everybody else came with it. I'm not a huge fan of Jay Worthy, but I think he really stepped it up. He has that Dom Kennedy, Larry June-ish, West Coast inspired, kind of lazy, relaxed flow. But I think it sounds good when he's as vivid as he was on this verse. And when the rhyme schemes are at least decent. Definitely was the case here. Boldy James had the best verse though by far, man. His drug talk is just on another level from everybody else. I mean, it's just so vivid. You just feel like he arrested, man. You going down as his Cody. On top of that, you got the beat. Like, it has not been a bad beat on this whole album. I'm tempted to say it hasn't even been a good beat. All these beats have been excellent. I love that sample. Crate digging on here has been masterful. I like that song overall. I'm not a fan of Gunn's verse though. Let's get into Lucha Bros.
Give me my shit while I'm on the ground. I'm a little part of the sky.
Hey yo, fuck nigga, don't come outside.
Beat is not regular. Hard to say which beat out of all these have been my favorite, but all the vocal sample beats have been top tier. This is another one, man.
New York, nigga.
And then I touched on this a little bit in Kool G, but you contrast this to an album like Hitler 5 or Hitler 6. Those albums were really, really dark. Shoot, Hitler 4 and 3 as well. And then you take this where every single beat outside of Kool G has been bright, airy, but it's still been amazing production. For Westside Gunn to have as niche of a sound as he does show off a lot of versatility.
Hey yo,
I like that bass line right there too.
Triple beamer, tech with the red beam hanging out the beamer. Steam versus Flair.
I like how he's playing with that beam sound.
Please West, I'ma bring him back. I need a teaser. Kicks look dirty out the box. Bitches like a hurdy with the rap.
Man, he hasn't had the most technical rapping on this entire album, but the delivery, the energy, the charisma has been there on pretty much every single verse.
With the whole extra brick was Kenny Omega. Mecca bust 20 of them trying to dust some letters. Drunk dog, I flip shits like the Lucha Bros. Right out the front door. Right out the front door. Mexican.
Bro, Westside Gunn really locked in. I know Lucha Bros and Kenny Omega, they in AEW now, so people know about them, but he was rapping about them when they was in Japan wrestling. And they was tough then.
I wish it was a government plot and not a nigga from the same block that walked down on my homie and gave him them shots. It ain't safe. On the set, niggas ain't thorough. They see you as a threat because they don't believe in themselves. React, igniting the pack. I put a pen to the paper stack. Some of us still really rap. Some of us don't talk about it unless we really did that. Tell me what your man did on them streets. Them hood tales ain't your...
It ain't the most lyrical rapping ever, but man, the flow is smooth. He sounds comfortable on this beat. I like how he's playing into Westside Gunn's lane with the street talk.
Yet you expecting to be big up and to be considered as a member with real ones is in the picture. My nigga, get that shit up. I skipped on that bench truck. The color was sick up. Ray Mysterio smoking the J on the top rope. East side hero. It's sweet, but it's not though. Ultimo Dragon, gold Dayton's on the Chevy wagon.
That's a fire verse by Currency, man. That's vintage Currency.
Shame of how desperate y'all niggas becoming. Only willing to help unless y'all benefit from it. We used to didn't have enough weed to fill up the Dutchess. Now I'm counting digits with hustlers having business discussions. We already bosses. Y'all cry over petty losses. Went to war with
man, Benny is so effortless with his rapping that it's really easy to overlook how technically proficient he is. I mean, he'll pull off a 5-syllable like it's nothing, and that's really rare in rap.
My plug made that white girl famous in every market. Like Simon turned a regular chick to Kelly Clarkson. Look, you getting game from them, it's gonna stack.
That is so fire. He made that white girl famous, made the coat famous, made the coat popular in the hood, like Simon made a regular chick into Kelly Clarkson, like how a chick could get famous off of American Idol.
This the shit I make a masturbate to, cause I'm too rich to fuck her. That's how cocky this cash should make you. Fuck what you sold. I still call it trash. I did it without a deal, and I still caught a bag. All my niggas went harder when them bills caught up fast. Now hustlers come to my shows to get they scales autographed.
That's so fire. That's hard. They ain't bringing no vinyl. They bringing that Pyrex in the scale, that triple beam getting signed. Bro, I'm telling you, man, that run of songs from Undertaker versus Goldberg to Lucha Bros is special. That's one of the best runs of songs in Westside Gunn's entire discography. Like, you could make an EP out of those songs and it would be one of Westside Gunn's best work. That's how good it is. It's really a combination of the features just started around Undertaker versus Goldberg, because I'm not counting Fat Joe. And I think Westside Gunn's rapping is picked up a little bit. But 3 excellent verses. I think the features really shine, though. Currency got in his street talk bag and it came out amazing. But I do think Benny had the better verse out of the 3. It's just a combination of lyricism, the street imagery. Like I was saying, how bold do you feel like you in that trap? You feel the same way with Benny. And then the sample... all these vocal samples have been amazing. Fire song, that's one of the better songs on the album as well. This is Westside Gunn Day.
Hey yo, pistol told us can't be smokers. You know it's you niggas hopeless. I was sitting in my cell getting focused. We the topless and ain't bogus. Who's fucking with me? Nobody on the guitar. It's the king of New York, so pick your coffin, nigga. So pick your coffin, nigga.
That's how you open a verse, dog.
Your worst step door, Lord, I'm talking drill team. I'm bulletproof, God got me shield team. I brought new product for the whole fleet. You ever back out, don't get cold feet. I blow your brains out for that small team.
Alright, now he BSing right now. This ain't it.
Shots out to 40, he on the kill team. Your worst step door, Lord, I'm talking drill.
This song should be over right now.
I'm bulletproof, God got me shield team.
Hey, sometimes you gotta know when to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up, dog. That song did not need to be on this album. I mean, he opened up on 10 and he just ran out of stuff to talk about. He was just yapping. After the first like 6 bars, bro, wasn't a bar in there. The flow was lazy. The song shouldn't have been in here. And on top of that, that was the most unimpressive beat on this entire album. I mean, it was good, but if you compare it to the production on every other song, it's just a significant notch behind it. And on top of all that, they drug it out. That was a 50-second song that got drug out to 2 minutes. Could have did without that one. This is Kensington Pool.
Down the way, niggas.
I know for a fact it's not the same sample, but this sample remind me a lot of the song Top Billin' by Audio 2. Is that note? I think there's a piano oscillating back and forth, sound like how the vocals oscillate on that song.
You know how I do. Neck wet like the Kensington Pool. For dip, we pour out food. Machine Gun, we miss you.
This album should have ended a couple tracks ago. We do miss Machine Gun though. I don't know Machine Gun, but we do miss Machine Gun.
Nigga fell out, one hit, took a nap.
One syllable rapping.
Hit 3 extra niggas should've moved. Fast trying to smoke one little nigga gotta shoot. Deal with the 30 shit, took it like a fool.
I like this modulation right here, but I ain't feeling the rapping.
Free Lord, 50 keys on the floor. Piece the info about to take my nigga on tour. Everybody knew I had to wait cheaper. I had to step on it in my wing sneakers.
Alright, that's not the worst song in the world. Like, the beat is fine. The rapping ain't really it, and then that chorus ain't really it. But this song is like, it's 4 o'clock and your homie's talking about what's the next move. Like, at some point in time, it's time to wrap it up. Let's just call it a night. Lucha Bros was a high. There's no reason to have Westside Gunn Day and Kensington Pool on this album. And it just gives the feeling that Westside Gunn ran out of bars. The rapping is just not up to par. Let's go ahead and close it out with the best poet in the world, Keisha Plum. See what brilliant work of poetry she has to give us. Be kind of cold.
I'm spitting on nigga souls.
Here we go.
Daydreams of bullet holes. Pretty face, high off Keisha Plum prose. Silk Taffeta by Alexander McQueen.
Hey, that Keisha Plum prose getting cut with Fent.
Niggas is phony, they weak to me. Poetry painted like a Paleo masterpiece. Champagne bubble baths, the angel of death sings to me.
I give up on the whole Keisha Plum thing. What else y'all want me to say? She sucks. The poem sucked. You can easily write a better poem than that. You can freestyle a better poem than that. He was fire though. They didn't come close to missing with any of those vocal samples, and this one was really, really harrowing. It was a pretty unique sample to have. It would have went over even better if I ain't had to hear Keisha Plum talking about nothing. But overall, this is a really solid Hitler. Like, it was Hitler before Stalingrad. Like, it was cool. Can't keep it in there. Production wise, this has a very good argument for being Westside Gunn's best produced album. It's between that and Blind Tail, in my opinion, and I probably got to give the edge to this one. I mean, if you take Westside Gunn Day, which is still a pretty good beat, all the other beats are phenomenal. Like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 type beats. I really think it can't be overstated how influential Westside Gunn has been to this style of rap, but the fact that he stayed in this lane and kept innovating, where this album sounds nothing like a Supreme Blind Tail, which sounds nothing like a Fly Guy, which sounds nothing like a Hitler 6 or Hitler 5. I think it's really, really impressive. Then on top of that, his willingness to go outside the box to get other producers in addition to his, Derringer produced beats, Alchemist produced beats. I think it's a testament to his brilliance. Now, where the issues come in is with the rapping. I don't think Westside Gunn, especially at this point in his career, was a good enough rapper to carry those first, 7 songs on the album without any features. Or I guess you had 2 features in there, but Fat Joe don't count because he was rapping in Westside Gunn on his worst day. But I will say the rapping wasn't terrible. Even in the first half of the album, you got gritty storytelling, vivid imagery, and you get like some good 2-syllable rhyme schemes here and there. But I think the album really picked up with Undertaker vs. Goldberg. For one, you get those features coming in there. Conway had a fire feature. Benny had 2 fire verses. And then it was like Westside Gunn picked up his level of rapping to match those features. Also love the Boldy and the Currency features, and I even didn't mind the Jay Worthy feature, who I'm normally not a fan of. Then you got the charismatic tracks mixed in there. Them running R&B songs. The first half of Undertaker vs. Goldberg, Whoopi, Love You. On top of it just being humorous, it does a lot to make the album not feel stale and monotone. Now, by the time you get to Lucha Bros, the album should have ended. I wouldn't mind hearing that beat on the outro after Lucha Bros, but I could have did without the Keisha Plum rapping, and then Kensington Pool and Westside Gunn Day. They really didn't need to be on the album. But overall, I think it's sick. I wouldn't say this is the best Hitler. It does have some higher highs than a Hitler 5 and a Hitler 6, but I would put those 2 Hitlers above this one. That's a lot of Hitler for an outro. Please don't cancel me. But overall, still a dope listen.